Yeah, so football season's here. Fantasy football. I'm going to talk a little bit about fantasy football because trades are on. This is like the second half push. So, I'm looking at trades, and you can go on these fantasy football trade analyzers with their algorithms and get a basic sense of whether or not you're getting fleeced or doing the fleecing. But I proposed to trade to somebody, Chris Olave and David Montgomery for Travis Kelce. Now, the algorithms tell me I'm crazy. But I don't think I am, because I'm flush at wide receiver. I'm pretty good at running back, and I'm playing musical chairs with tight end, right? Hayden Hurst and Will Dissly and Mike Gesicki. These are all second-tier tight ends. There are only two tight ends, maybe three or four. But the only two tight ends who will bust ass every week are Mark Andrews and Travis Kelce. All right? You have Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert. They're very good, but they're not great. Andrews and Kelce are great. So I'm willing to trade a little bit more to get a premium tight end. I think David Montgomery is vastly overrated. Plus, he shares carries with Khalil Herbert, who many people feel is better than Montgomery. So, yeah. I've got a lot of teams with I'm too loaded at wide receiver, and I'm trying to get a running back. On a lot of teams I'm really good at drafting wide receivers, man. A lot of teams I have Devontae Adams, A.J. Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Chris Olave. That's a hell of a problem to have, right? Other teams I have Jamar Chase and A.J. Brown and Amon-Ra St. Brown and Chris Olave. So the running backs are weird because, like, Jonathan Taylor's been terrible. Saquon Barkley's had a renaissance. But Aaron Jones has been here and there. Alvin Kamara's been hit or miss. So, anyway, I'm kind of rambling. I'm going all over the place. But trades, if you got like a 4-4 squad right now, I've got some really good 4-4 teams. So, like, do I trade Josh Jacobs for, I don't know, Chris Olave? No, probably not. Would I trade, like, if I have Jamar Chase, who's hurt, and A.J. Brown, and Chris Olave, and, say, Amon-Ra St. Brown, do I maybe package a couple of those guys for an Austin Eckler or a Saquon Barkley, or Derrick Henry? Maybe not, but I'd love to hear your fantasy options, your fantasy football issues, and then we can talk about the best teams in the NFL. But fantasy football, I'm so hooked on that shit, man. I got like 20-something teams, and I'm like offended when one of them loses. Like, I have 1, 2, and 6 team, and I'm like, what's wrong with me? Because when you're tired of drafting the same players, right? So you try to get creative with it, and usually getting creative means pretty stupid, and so that's what happened with me, my teams. And plus, I draft Keenan Allen a lot because he's been so productive over the last 7 years. And Keenan Allen's been off. I mean, when was the last time he played, Will he be any good when he gets back? And so on other teams, I drafted Mike Williams. And then Mike Williams is hurt all the time. So, yeah, it can be tricky. Quarterbacks, don't worry about. Unless you have Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson or maybe in Josh Allen, it's all kind of the same. I mean, I love Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow, kind of the same guy. Mahomes, of course, belongs in the top tier. But yeah, usually I go with those mid-tier guys. Derek Carr, although Derek Carr has been awful. Tua is a decent option. Russell Wilson's been terrible. Dak Prescott, maybe. Not even Matthew Stafford. Aaron Rodgers has come down. Tom Brady's come down. So, but the chasm between the best and the worst quarterbacks isn't that large, where it is large at other positions. And so we'll talk about fantasy football. I'll come up with trade propositions. You tell me what you think. All right? And we'll talk soon.